Cars have taken over the world as the default way to travel. They are incredibly individual experiences, allowing people to go wherever they wish without having to be shackled to public transport routes. That comes with its own issues, of course, but it also allows for a degree of personal freedom that hasn't ever been seen before. With that freedom come dashcams, which were designed to protect the driver during unforeseen circumstances. Those cameras, however, have captured many strange things that are yet to be explained, from cows escaping their murder to free money exploding out along the highway. There have been some incredible things caught on these special cameras. Make sure to stick around until the end. You wouldn't want to miss the mystery of the Falmouth Shadow Creature. Here are 15 instances where a dashcam captured what no one was supposed to see. Number 15. Cows escaping their murder. A group of cows on their way to a slaughterhouse in California managed to escape and cause a major traffic jam on a busy freeway. The cows were being transported in a livestock trailer when they somehow got loose and ended up on the freeway. Traffic came to a standstill as motorists tried to figure out what to do. The cows were taking up the entire road, causing miles upon miles of backup. The transporters tried their best to round them up by themselves, but eventually did have to call in help from specialists to get them all into a new trailer that could make the rest of the journey. The footage was all caught on cameras of the CHF, and the cows were eventually rounded up and sent on their way to the slaughterhouse, but not before causing a major traffic headache. Many animal activist groups claimed that this was a sign of the animals' intelligence, but they gained little footing on social media as angry motorists wanted nothing more than to get the cows on their way so they could move. Number 14. Camel spotted on snowy road. A camel is a mammal that is closely related to llamas, alpacas, and vicunas. They are often referred to as ships of the desert because they can travel long distances without needing to drink water. Camels are native to Africa and the Middle East, and they have been introduced to other parts of the world, including Australia and the Americas. There are two main types of camel: the dromedary, which has one hump, and the Bactrian, which has two humps. What's interesting, therefore, is seeing one of these animals on a snowy road heading out of New York City. These animals are not endemic at all to the region, and they aren't used to the cold whatsoever, so it likely wouldn't do well in a climate like that. The camel was eventually determined to belong to a local zoo, and it had escaped when one of the keepers had turned their back for just an instant. It just goes to show how smart these animals really are, even if they wouldn't actually do well in the wild out in the snow. Number 13. Massive fireball over Russia. On February 15, 2013, a massive fireball was spotted over Russia at around 9 in the morning local time. The Chelyabinsk meteor was a fireball caused by an approximately 20-meter near-Earth asteroid that entered the atmosphere high in the sky above Russia. It quickly became a brilliant Super Bowl-eyed meteor over the southern Ural region. The light from the meteor was brighter than the sun, visible up to 100 kilometers away. It caused a powerful explosion, producing a hot cloud of dust and gas that penetrated up to 30 kilometers into the stratosphere. The object then fragmented in the atmosphere, resulting in an explosion that generated a bright flash similar to that of a nuclear explosion, as well as a powerful shockwave. The resulting sonic boom caused widespread damage, mostly broken glass in 6 Russian cities. Most of the damage was caused by the shockwave rather than the debris itself. The Chelyabinsk meteor is the largest recorded object to have entered Earth's atmosphere since the 1908 Tunguska event. It is also the only known natural object whose explosion in the atmosphere has caused a large number of casualties. Number 12. Sea lion gets very lost. A sea lion was rescued on a busy morning in San Diego. where it somehow ended up on the highway after getting stranded on an island in the middle of the road. The sea lion was found about 9:30 a.m. on the northbound side of Interstate 5 just south of the downtown San Diego exit, said Gabby Bartolotta of SeaWorld San Diego. The animal was sitting on an island in the middle of the highway and traffic was diverted around it, with several officers doing their best to ensure that the animal wasn't hit and would remain safe until professionals could come by and wrangle it up. Said professionals were the SeaWorld rescue team, who knew exactly what to do and where to take the confused animal. The rescue team was called in and arrived within the hour, and the animal was safely captured and taken to the park for evaluation. Luckily, it didn't have any serious injuries, but nobody is aware of how it actually got onto the island on such a busy highway. Number 11. The Christmas crab migration. Each year, on the night of Christmas Eve, a magical migration takes place. Millions of crabs travel from the depths of the ocean up to the beaches to lay their eggs. The Christmas crab migration is a spectacular natural phenomenon that is believed to have been taking place for millions of years. This event is so important to the crabs that they will often travel for days and even weeks to reach their destination. The journey is not an easy one, and many crabs will not make it to the shore, but those who do are rewarded with the opportunity to lay their eggs in the sand and ensure the continuation of their species. The Christmas crab migration is an amazing sight to behold, and it is a reminder of the wonder and beauty of nature. It has been featured on several different channels, including Animal Planet and the Discovery Channel, and the massive scale has actually led to road closures before that many crabs can seriously back up traffic. Number 10. Free money on the freeway. A California highway was shut down after the door of an armored truck opened up and several bags of money fell out. The money bags fell out shortly before noon on a Monday morning, which is when most people are feeling the worst about the week. It happened on the eastbound side of Interstate 10 in Cabazon and likely made quite a few people happy as they watched the bills explode out onto the pavement. Several people stopped to grab the money, and at least one person was hit by a vehicle, according to California's traffic agency. 2 people were detained, and the driver of the armored truck was questioned because even though the money fell out of the truck, it was still the legal property of the government, and anybody taking it was going to be charged. This resulted in most of the people returning the money they stole, but there are still several $1,000s reported missing that haven't been turned back to the armored truck company. Number 9. Lion roadblock. The world's largest recorded pride of African lions, consisting of 37 individuals, has been photographed feeding on a carcass and taking up an entire road in Kruger National Park. The pride was reported by a safari guide who spotted them while driving through the park on Monday. The guide, who wished to remain anonymous, said, "I've been a safari guide for many years and I've never seen anything like it." The pride consisted of 37 lions, including 18 adult females, 6 adult males, 6 subadult males, and 7 cubs. They were all feeding on a carcass when I found them. After finishing their meal, the lions were then seen laying out on a dark asphalt bathing in the sun, completely blocking traffic through the path. The pride is believed to be the largest ever recorded in Africa. The previous record was held by a pride of 33 lions that was photographed in Kenya's Masai Mara National Park in 2016. Number 8. Tsunami filling cars with water. A strange, eerie sight has been captured on video as a tsunami from Japan's earthquake and tsunami disaster fills up a parking lot and drags cars out to sea. The footage on your screen now was shot from within one of those unlucky cars and shows water rushing in and filling the parking lot. Then the water drags the cars with it. The video was shot at the Sendai port in Miyagi Prefecture, one of the areas hardest hit by the disaster. Luckily, it didn't seem like there were any people nearby this parking lot, but that doesn't mean that there weren't several casualties caused by this disaster. A tsunami was caused by an 8.9 magnitude earthquake that struck Japan. The earthquake and tsunami have killed more than 1,000 people so far, according to the most recent reports. It's likely that the actual number is much higher than that, but many people haven't even been reported because their entire families were killed or swept out to sea. It truly was a terrible tragedy. Number 7. Californian Singing Road. In September 2014, the city of Lancaster, California debuted the world's first musical road. The Singing Road, created by Japanese sound artist and music composer Taro Masuda, uses raised and grooved pavement to create a song as drivers travel on it. The song, which is called A Place in the Country, is based on the opening bars of Beethoven's Symphony No. 6. The musical road is also a quarter-mile long and cannot be heard unless a vehicle is traveling over it at a speed of 35 miles per hour. In which case the grooves cause the tire to vibrate in a way that creates the sound. The musical road is located on Avenue K, just west of Lancaster Boulevard. The song begins to warp, however, when the car is driving above the speed limit of 55 miles per hour, which was an incentive to stay within the legal speed limit. Many people began to complain, however, about the road giving them headaches as they drove across that. The average traffic on the road is also moving faster than 55 miles per hour, meaning that most people who drive over it only hear a garbled mess of what was supposed to be a song. Number 6. Man cracks cop's windshield. A man was arrested after allegedly jumping on top of a police cruiser and damaging the windshield in the early hours of a Friday morning. The incident occurred around 2:45 a.m. at the intersection of West 23rd Street and 7th Avenue. The man, who police say was intoxicated, was taken into custody and charges are pending, according to a release from the Erie Police Department. It's unknown why exactly the man was stopped in the first place, though it's likely safe to assume that it was some charge related to being drunk and disorderly. Causing damage to police property is actually a fairly serious crime, and it's likely that any charges he faced before will pale in comparison to this one dumb decision he made while drunk. Hopefully, he'll take the time he has while in jail to reflect on his actions, and when he gets out, hopefully he won't be breaking any more police cruiser windshields. Before we go on, do like this video, smash that subscribe button, and click the notification bell right now, or this centipede will crawl on your face while you're sleeping. It's time for today's subscriber pick. This bizarre photograph was submitted without any context to it, but it clearly depicts some sort of massive creature walking along towards a set of power lines. It's unclear whether or not this creature was actually present or if it was some sort of projection by an alien ship flying above. Despite this photo existing, there have been no reports of a massive creature like this being spotted anywhere else in the world. Why would this be the case? Do you believe that this creature was actually present or some sort of alien projection? Why would there be no reports at all? Could the people in the location of this creature have had their memory wiped? Remember to comment down below with the hashtag subscriberpick and let us know what you think. Now, on to the next topic. Number 5. A chocolate road shake. A truck carrying 12 tons of chocolate crashed in Poland on one Wednesday afternoon in 2018, blocking a highway and causing a massive chocolate spill. The truck was carrying the chocolate from Germany to Belarus when it crashed near the town of Słupka in western Poland, according to local police. No injuries were reported. The driver was completely all right, and it's believed that the truck was overturned when it hit a guardrail and was unable to correct itself. The massive spill resulted in a traffic jam as police and various cleanup crews attempted to get everything under control. But this was a fairly unprecedented situation. 12 tons of chocolate is no insignificant amount, and it took a long time for all of it to be cleaned off the road. That's not even taking into account cleaning up on the sides of the road, which took much longer considering the rough terrain. Eventually, everything was cleaned up, and there are still reports of finding little puddles of hardened chocolate along that road. Number 4. Pancakes in the road. I'm sure that you're not going to be surprised when you hear that this one took place in Florida, of all places. A Florida man was recently arrested for eating pancakes in the middle of the road, which was captured by many drivers via their dash cams in early 2017. The man, named Thomas, wasn't just standing with a plate either. He was sitting with a fold-out TV tray and a chair, enjoying his pancakes and syrup as the traffic piled up behind him. The Lakeland Police Department said they responded to a city intersection after 911 911 callers reported the man sitting in the crosswalk. He later admitted that he was only doing it as a prank and didn't think he'd get in trouble. Blocking traffic like that, however, is certainly a crime, and he was charged with placing an obstruction in the roadway and disrupting the free flow of traffic. He was issued a court summons, which he attended, though the outcome of this is unknown. Hopefully, he didn't get in too much trouble with the law. Those pancakes looked absolutely delicious sitting out there on the hot asphalt. Number 3. Silverback gorillas crossing. Silverback gorillas are some of the world's most majestic animals, and they've been widely studied by people all across the world. This particular group lives within the foothills of eastern Congo's Virunga volcanoes, and they're the particular interest of a man named Gordon Buchanan. Gordon is a wildlife cameraman, and he often ventures deep into the Congo to form intimate relationships with the world's largest gorillas. This time, however, he was treated to a wonderful sight as he drove his large mountain rover through the winding roads. He was forced to stop by a massive gorilla sitting in the middle of the road, staring him down with a more than menacing glare. After a few seconds, the cameraman realized what was happening. There were several smaller gorillas passing along behind this one, meaning that this was the father helping his family to cross the road. This provided a unique look into the interaction between gorillas and the man-made sections of their environment, particularly the roads. They've adapted to understand that the cars that travel along them are very dangerous and therefore have worked out a way to ensure the safety of their children along them. It's a truly fascinating thing for them to learn, and just goes to showcase just how smart these gorillas really are. Number 2. Mysterious fireball in Bangkok. A mysterious fireball was spotted in the skies over Bangkok, Thailand on November 3, 2015. The bright light was seen at around 8:30 p.m. local time, moving slowly across the sky. The fireball was caught on camera by many people who posted videos and photos of the event on social media. Some eyewitnesses described the light as being green, while others said it was white or yellow. There was no official explanation for the fireball, but many have speculated that it might have been a meteor. What makes little sense, therefore, is that the lights were reported to be so many different colors. Meteors are often observed by a large number of people, and those people generally agree on the brightness, color, and other aspects about the event. In this case, however, everyone seems to have seen a different colored light, which couldn't happen during a normal meteor flight. Could this be related to aliens in some way? Nobody knows for sure, but there still hasn't been an official announcement about the event. Number 1. The Falmouth Shadow Creature. The Falmouth Shadow Creature is a mysterious creature that has been reported in and around Falmouth, Massachusetts. The creature is described as a large, dark, shapeless mass that seems to glide through the air. It has been seen near forests, ponds, and in the sky. Some eyewitnesses have said that the creature has red eyes, while others have said it's completely black. The first reported sighting of the Falmouth Shadow Creature was in the early 1800s. A farmer claimed to have seen the creature near his farmhouse. He described it as a large, dark mass that seemed to glide through the air without needing to touch the ground to walk. The farmer also said that the creature made a hissing sound as it flew past him. The second reported sighting of the Falmouth Shadow Creature was in the early 1900s. A woman claimed to have seen the creature near her home, staring in through her window while she was cooking dinner. She described it with many of the same characteristics as the first man, but considering how far apart the sightings were, it's very unlikely that anything about this creature is a hoax. Which of these things do you think are the craziest? Do you think anybody will ever fully understand any of the things on this list? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, as it helps to understand what kind of videos you enjoy. Tap that bell icon if you love learning new things, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one.